Hello everyone and welcome to round 4 of the Random Battle Tournament. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to come join our Pokemon Tournament Discord server. There's a link in the description. If you click on that, you should immediately be taken to our Discord server. And once you're in there, I'll be able to explain to you all the details that you need to know in terms of rules for the Discord server, but also how to enter into the tournaments. Besides that, if there's any tournament you'd like to see, even if you don't intend to join the Discord server or join the tournaments yourselves, if you're purely here to watch our tournament battles, if there's any kind of rule set that you'd like to see, please let me know. It can be that we play Generation 1 battles, but it can also be a strange restriction that we have to use 3 dark types on a team in a Generation 7 game. Like, there's any kind of rule or interesting rule or restriction that you have that you'd like to see in a tournament, please let me know. I'm always looking for suggestions so I can keep the tournament interesting. Alright, now on to this battle. As you'll have seen in the previous one, I lost to Flowwalker, my first loss since Tournament 2, this being Tournament 5. Flowwalker beat me, so I'm now 2-1. If I win, I make top cut. If I lose, then I have a decent chance to top cut, although not quite high, and it'll depend on tiebreakers to see who ends up where, because there'll be a good amount of people that'll end at 6 points. We're against It Backfired. We've definitely faced him before. Let's get fighting. Aegis Slash, and Shuckle. I've definitely opened with that before in the color tournament. So let's see, what do I say here? No new poke. I did ask about that one. Okay. They go for Blade from the over Sacred Sword, deal decent damage. I'm just setting up with Stealth Rock, which looks logical. I use Knockoff, actually dealing quite a bit more damage than I expected. But then again, they do have quite low HP. They try to go for the crit chance, doesn't quite work. I Encore them instead of knocking off because like they don't have life moves, so I don't. But won't deal as much damage with Knockoff. And I wanted to get them stuck into a certain move so that I'd be able to either take less damage or force them into a switch. And considering they use Shadow Claw, that wouldn't have done a lot of damage to Persian, and I would be able to use my dark moves with Dark Stab to do quite a lot of damage to Aegis Slash, which I didn't take on Aegis Slash because I switched to Sand Slash, but I was able to still do quite a lot. I think I went in with Caracosta. I'm pretty sure the Persian is still faster at this point. Let's see, I have leftovers, heal a bit. I am indeed faster, did not need the flinch from Dark Pulse whatsoever. So that's a nice lead for me. Magearna comes in. That's not so nice for Persian, but I do put it to sleep. They seem to not have any counters to Alolan Persian, which is something that can happen in random battle. That sometimes you just don't have a counter to one Pokemon. Maybe there's one Pokemon that can do pretty good against it. I suppose Aegis Slash could do decent, although Aegis Slash itself is weak to Dark Pulse, considering the Steel's resistance to Dark was taken away in Generation 6. And this is a Generation 7 battle. Like, it could do good damage with Sacred Sword, potentially even take me out. However, I'll move first. Most likely, so that's gonna be bad. Magearna, unfortunately, is able to do a lot, I think. I don't know. Why did they switch? I was mostly talking. No, I put them to sleep again. That was it. They use Sludge Bomb. I use Dark Pulse. They use Sludge Bomb again. Weaken me more. That leftover heal has definitely helped me. Critical hit. Didn't really matter considering I did 49% damage in the previous turn. They can Porygon 2 out their final Pokemon. I Dark Pulse. Do we get the flinch? Of course I do! Of course I get the flinch! Here's the hacks again when I don't need it. Aegis Slash comes in. They hope they might be able to do something with Sacred Sword. Nope. I get the crit. Aegis Slash is down. Magearna comes in. Is still asleep. I just continue attacking with Persian. And Magearna is out. Persian dealing lots and lots of damage. It backfired, not really having a chance whatsoever because they didn't have a good counter against Persian. So that worked out really well. A pretty easy 1-0. However, that says nothing yet considering the teams are random. They could have a much better team next time. Let's see what will happen in the second battle. Xerneas, Pyukumuku. Let's get going. Geomancy. I have the Power Orb. We saw one earlier in the tournament where it didn't work. I decided to just go for Geomancy again because Pyukumuku only has status moves. I didn't really expect to do much, so I get my boost up. Moonblast. I do have Light Screen up. That's also a reason why I continued with Geomancy. I do Moonblast, and then Hidden Power deals a bit more damage, but doesn't even know that much. I am asleep, but considering all the boosts that I have, I didn't want to give that away. I stick with what I have. They heal a bit with Giga Drain, actually take more damage from their Life Orb, so they take themselves out. Scissor comes in, likely going to be a Bullet Punch here. No, they Sword Stance, likely predicting a switch, or hoping that I wouldn't wake up, so they do have a Sword Stance now. When I send up my next Pokemon, which is Ninetales, there comes Donphan. I Fire Blast, which probably does more than they would have hoped. Hidden Power, not sure what that is, if it's Ice or Grass or anything else. Donphan is out. Ditto transforms into my Ninetales. I definitely don't have a choice item considering I used 3 different moves at this point. Pyukumuku comes in. What can Pyukumuku do against a substitute Ninetales? They can't Toxic me considering I'm behind a sub. So I just Will-O-Wisp them, burn them to get some damage on them that way. Do the setup Reflect for a Pokemon later on. And then Light Screen. Yeah, makes sense. What else did I have? I just keep Fire Blasting because why not? Just deal small bits of damage, makes them get taken out earlier. They have counter. As long as I keep using special moves, that's okay. I want to keep some of my Fire Blast for Scizor especially. They use Baton Pass, get into Scizor. Hey, but I have Fire Blast. They use Superpower, just get rid of my substitute. I just want to attack him again. I keep Fire Blasting because that would have taken out Scizor upon a hit. Smart that they do switch to Gothitelle. I tried to Will-O-Wisp, it doesn't quite work. Gothitelle uses Psyshock, doesn't do a half even, so I'm good with that. I burn them. The Reflect is up for 2 more turns. The Shadow Ball, which doesn't do as much. Maybe they predicted a switch. I'm not sure why they switched. Maybe they were hoping for a special defense drop as well. I missed Fire Blast, which is really unfortunate. However, they do have a burn on them already. And Light Screen will be gone now, so I'll be able to deal more with Fire Blast if I have any left. I might not at this point. I did get the special defense one from Shadow Ball, which helps them. I might switch Ninetales here to get the Drought again. No, I don't. I just Fire Blast. Their Psyshock. Ninetales is gone. They heal a bit more, but take that damage back again with Burn. Here comes Crawdont. They forgot it was Dark type. I Dragon Dance. I suppose I don't really mind that. Knockoff comes in, takes out the Gothitelle. Ditto. Actually copies the Dragon Dance as well, so that was a speed tie that was going to decide things considering there was superpower involved. So this could be dangerous. I have Fake Out, deal good damage, especially considering the defense drop. They have superpower again, don't take me out, so this should be doable as long as I hit. I do, otherwise that high jump would have taken me out. Life Orb damage still takes me down to quite a low amount. They Bullet Punch, nothing much I can do about that. But if I get a Scizor out of the way, Pyukumuku is done for. I decided to go with Bug Buzz. Probably I had Fire Blast, otherwise we could use Flamethrower. Bug Buzz for the accuracy, I feel that that would have been enough, even though Steel resists it. Bug Buzz again on the Pyukumuku. Innards out deals some damage to Volcarona, but I do win the battle without having the need for my next Pokemon. So, a 2-0 victory from which the first battle was pretty easy. That gets me to 2nd place in Swiss, with Floorwalker winning their round 4 as well, so they go on as number 1 of Swiss. I've gone to number 2. So whoever finishes 3rd in Swiss will be my opponent in the semifinals, and then potentially I will face Floorwalker again. It's a 50-50 chance. Like either we both make it to the finals, or we both make it to, or we both lose the semifinals and we will fight for the 3rd spot. But it could also be that one of us wins and the other doesn't. There could be either of us that is the winner there. But I'm just going to keep trying. I definitely have a chance to still claim that title. I'm in Top Cut as number 2. I'll see you all in the semifinals. Goodbye.